there's some world famous Armenians from Fresno County. And they date back to the 1880s, really, and the people that need to know the history of all this. So then we created one upstairs, which won the Blue Ribbon Award for all the fairs in the entire country. They got the Blue Ribbon Award. Wow. So I'm very excited about that. You guys are gonna like that. And then we created a website, armeniansfresno.com. We put all this information on the website so people can access it. And somebody saw that from, she lives in the Bay Area. It happened to be Varaz's niece, Varaz Samuelian. And she was searching her uncle's name and it came up. So she said, you know what, she contacted us. She said, I've got all these pieces of art. They're just sitting in storage. No one is able to see them. Would you guys help me out? Can I donate them to the museum and could you show them? I had to talk to the museum people. They're very nice. This used to be a kitchen. So they created this room just to show all these pieces of art. And we put them on the walls and framed a lot of them. We have more. Like these here, we have so much pieces of work we can't possibly show them all. He's got so much stuff. But so this, we wanted to put together like an exhibit that encompasses different styles of Varaz. And everyone that's come through here, they think it's the neatest thing. There's all these different styles. Stuff that's abstract. There's a story about him on the wall there. He was in a concentration camp during World War II. All those images are like from the war. And then he settled in Fresno, and he had an art gallery and studio in Fresno. So this is one of the most famous Armenian artists and sculptors in the world. People know him. You say his name in Armenian, they've heard of this guy. He has a museum there. So that's how this thing came about.
I just want to point out, this one on the top here looks like the Battle of Vartan, which is our namesake, Knights of Vartan.
So we have some prints of that.
Vartan, Mamigonian, and also Devon Geretz on the left as well. Beautiful.
I think Brian might want to say a few words though.
No, I just wanted to thank everybody for that. And this museum came out of the middle of nowhere because Fresno County didn't have a museum. And we had lost our city museum, you know, the Metropolitan Museum went bankrupt. And so there's so much history and heritage here in Fresno, we thought we'd try and put something together. So we did the best that we could. And if you haven't had a chance to go downstairs and have it explained to you, there's some really great stuff there. And just recently, like yesterday, I'm in a meeting with some museum experts up here, and they've been to the museum, and they had a lot of suggestions. They couldn't understand why the Armenian exhibit was so large compared to every other ethnic exhibit. So I had to be candid with them, you know. Not just because I'm Armenian, but I said, I've got to tell you, this fair, in order to make improvements, really require people to participate and help and raise money. And I've got to tell you, when you look out there, and I want everybody to look out there and see all those neon signs, that's the history of Fresno. The cupola is out there from the courthouse that was torn down in 1964, the most beautiful courthouse you've ever seen. It was been sitting in storage for like 50 years. And I got to tell you, and I explained this to them, I said, just so happens that I have friends, and they happen to be Armenian, that raised, and it's Jason and Jeff and Richard, they raised over $80,000 for the restoration of that cupola. It wouldn't have happened otherwise. In fact, the board here at the fair said, Brian, if you can't raise the money, we can't give it to you. And they did it. We put it up. It lights up blue and white at night. It's so pretty. All these things light up. You know, they're gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm glad you're here. The theater here, by the way, here at the fair is named after Paul, which I'm sure no one in Fresno realizes was on. And he was a band leader from the 50s, and they named it after him later. And that's it. The fair's been here since 1884. 1883. I got it. Am I getting old? I'm starting to lose it. 1883. But there's so much great stuff here. I mean, that's the original interior of Department 1 of our old gorgeous courthouse. Piece for piece. All verified. Yeah. The same jury box, the same railing, everything. But I've got to tell you, and this is, and I don't mean for it to be racist when I say it, The Armenian community has come together to help us with the museum more than anyone. And as a result of this exhibit, even though it's large, there are 1 million ethnic exhibits that you'll see downstairs.